Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Stefan playing Stellaris, and today we're actually going to start the new series. The Fangs of the Abyss. Let's load them up. If you want to know the specifics behind how this government functions and the species that goes behind it, you should check out episode 0. It will have everything you need to know, including our specific settings and the specific mods I'm using. So you might call it attempt number 1. This is what generated as I started up. It's very rare to actually get Space Miner and Explorer at the same time, so we're going to have a pretty good time in construction ships. And the expansion of Soldiers will really save us on some influence. As for science, we got Administrative AI that will increase our research speed by 5%, very important early on. We got the Hollow Temple, which will increase our Unity production by quite a bit, which is also very, very important. And we also get the Engineering Facility, which we're going to focus on in increasing our engineering output. We spawn right at the edge of the galaxy, so hopefully we're not going to be seeing too many opponents just yet. I have set the AI spawn to random, which will mean that we have some space around us which we can develop. However, there's also a chance of them just appearing right outside of that space and screwing us over. So far it seems that we have 2 choke points that are notable that are near me. And so I will prioritize getting this choke point and then this choke point and going from there. Securing choke points is very important, since if there is an empire right over here, I do want to block it off, since they will likely go to war, and I'd rather have a space station prepared for them, because having space stations prepared for an attack is virtually the best way you can go. It is way better than actually having a fleet to upkeep, because upkeeping a single station doesn't cost nearly as much as upkeeping a whole fleet, which has the same exact power as the station. And since in the first 50 years or so I will be focusing on internal development, war is undesirable, and therefore defense will be the focus. Of course, I have queued up the obligatory science ship, and will hire scientists as soon as I can. I do have a good one, which is another meticulous scientist, which will discover even more anomalies for us. And since distant stars is all about anomalies, that's going to complement us very, very well. Another thing that you have to absolutely build as soon as possible is a temple or an Autocheon monument. That will provide you Unity, and getting ahead in Unity is very important, since it is one of the few things you can get ahead of the AI. So now we can resume. Our first planet, and it's a size 17 tundra world. Let's check it out. Alright, looks like we have found alien life. The ISS Vagabond has made a startling find on Oveni 2. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on the Abyssal Genesis. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Oveni 2 are sapient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out here. Let's see. We don't have any bonuses, but then again we don't have any detriments. So this is a perfectly fine planet to colonize. Contract report. Planetary and Emilia. The priesthoods on Abyssal Genesis had a generally favorable reaction to the ISS Vagabond's reports of complex, yet dumb, organisms found on alien planets. The findings did spark some interdoctrinal debate. Is this proof that the Monstrati are the lords of all within creation? Or have we simply not yet encountered our brethren from beyond the void? Interesting. Another tip, go for minerals first and foremost. Energy is important, but not quite as much as minerals. So now that we have our temple, let's resettle a pop over to exploit it. We don't really need food for now. It is unimportant since we are not yet at the cap, so we're not getting any bonuses. And we can easily delay those bonuses for a bit. I have to say, I do like the new system of not actually knowing where every single hyperlane leads. It does make a lot more sense, because knowing all the hyperlanes from across the galaxy kind of seemed ridiculous to me. Wow, look at that. We actually have a tundra world that's size 21, right next to the size 17. And right next to our home world that's size 18. Couldn't have played out any better. And now, I can put my other science ship to work. Let's survey in this direction. Alright, seems good. Ooh, our first 2.1 anomaly. A large impact crater has been discovered that does not seem to be a natural occurrence. It's very hard, level 7, and it's going to take us 3 years to research if we do it with this scientist. That's pretty crazy, so let's leave that be for now. And now we have our first tradition. As always, discovery is the best way to go, and with the anomaly discovery chance increased by 20%, it's going to really help us out with getting even more anomalies, which is what this update is all about.
Complete. Anomaly found.
Another anomaly. A small and otherwise insignificant moon orbiting this gas giant appears to be on a trajectory that will soon result in a collision with its primary. I know what that means, and it's a temporary bonus. And we're not going to touch that quite yet. What is that? We have a size 25 Gaia world. That probably means that there is a holy empire very, very near. Which also means that this direction is quite secure. And we're probably going to end up expanding over here. Because there is no way a Gaia world at size 25 just randomly spawned out of nowhere. We also have a Habitable Worlds survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique in the Abyssal Genesis. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. What a commendable initiative.
Situation log updated.
Let's take up that challenge.
Anomaly found.
Another anomaly. Observing the massive asteroid 333PU46, we have found something. Further investigation is warranted. Oddly specific. Let's leave that be. So now that I have my resources, I'm gonna go start building outposts.
Anomaly found.
So many anomalies. A colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this planet once. As per usual, I will hold off for now. Hold on a second. This ain't no holy world. Unless it is, and we just haven't discovered the Fallen Empire yet. You know, if this actually just happened, I will be very, very, very surprised. Is this for real? I think we actually have a size 25 Gaia world.
Complete.
This is ridiculously rare to happen. I have seen lone Gaia worlds from time to time, but to see a size 25 Gaia world without anything defending it is near goddamn impossible to find. So now we're gonna just quickly claim the system before anyone else gets to it. And we have our second tradition. I will go for Science Division, since I do want to get faith in science, since it is, in my opinion, one of the most powerful traditions in the game, in terms of increasing your further tradition research. Since 3 months of Unity research for every single tech you do adds up to ridiculous amounts of Unity. So we're going to go for that as soon as humanly possible. Now we have a level, and now the scientists can probably survey this anomaly without taking years and years to do that. I also do really like these new icons. This really helps out. Before I would have to actually cycle through every single science ship, but this is a very nice quality of life update. And now the system is ours, and seemingly there is no problem. How about we build a colony ship as soon as we can? Anomaly. Efforts to map the surface of this planet have identified a strange mountain formation in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. And we're gonna leave that for now.
Tactical retreat.
We have aliens. Let's see who they are. Encounter in Aldebaran. We have encountered some form of alien vessels in the Aldebaran system. These strange objects have been flagged as Beta Manus. Until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. Contact report. Enigmatic spacefarers. Abyssal Genesis is in an uproar following the news of unidentified ships sighted in the void. Their intentions unknown, it'd be prudent to assume the worst. Worrying. It looks like we have the miners once again. And we also have a size 25 desert world. While we can't colonize that just yet, this is going to be an amazing terraforming candidate. It's also funny that they're actually in orbit of it, which means I can't survey it until I actually destroy them, which is quite a shame. The First League. We have received artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Aldebaran 3. If what we have learned from these artifacts is correct, this civilization was in some sort of confederation that consisted of many different alien races. They called themselves the First League and appear to have coexisted with relative peace some 2 million years ago. Though the Aldebaran system lies in the region of space that seems to have made up the core of their territory, only a partial map found among the artifacts indicates this First League may have covered a significant portion of our galaxy before its eventual collapse. It is a shame that we're not getting the Cyberx, which would have a huge impact on our megastructure development, but any precursor is a good precursor.
Technology secured.
Alright, we got the engineering facility. Let's see what we can get. Of all of these, one stands above the rest. Powered exoskeletons will increase our mineral gain, and that's all we need. It also seems from preemptive scouting that this system will also be a choke point. So we're going to want to continue to expand towards this and hopefully claim it as ours. Anomaly. Impressive structures litter a small area of the surface of Valdelan 4A, practically begging for some archaeological work. Another tradition. Let's move forward towards faith and science and get polytechnic education. It'll also increase our leader experience gain by 25%. We also have our colony ship. Let's send it over and actually colonize the size 25 Gaia world. I still cannot believe that this actually happened. So this will forever be known as the Abyssal Extension. An asteroid collision. This is one of the anomalies that I've went back to research. A large, mineral-rich asteroid collided with Pelfor at some point during the previous 1,000 years in what must have been a major impact event. An abundance of minerals can now be found in the planet in the vicinity of the impact crater. Fortuitous event. Huh. Our sensors indicate odd irregularities in Enus's energy emission pattern. I was actually half expecting this to be the ceramic pot floating around the star, but I guess they added some more.
Anomaly found.
An abandoned ship has been left to drift aimlessly above this moon. The massive sails protruding from its hull suggest that it relied on solar power to function. Let's research this. This will probably gain us a bit of engineering research. We also got administrative AI. Now we can go for colony development speed, since that is what we're going to be focusing on. As expected, we got a solar sailor. We have discovered an abandoned solar sail ship in orbit around Etenus 1A. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails has a large tear in which some kind of object passed through, most likely a meteoroid, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of the ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting engineering design choices. An interesting, albeit primitive design. We gain 60 engineering research. And looks like we have another precursor. Let's leave that be. We are receiving a weak signal from the surface of this planet. The source appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. Let's research that. And we have an ancient survey marker. A small, short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Mestros 1. It appears to be an ancient survey marker, placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here. This means 4 minerals. We have another ancient precursor in the vicinity of this gas giant. Leave this be. An anomaly. Initial scans of the asteroid QI7780909 suggest a dense mass of raw metal within it. Perhaps some sort of machinery or other technology. Further scanning required for more detailed data. Leave for now. I feel like I've been saying leave for now for about 10 times now. And now we have our powered exoskeletons. Of all these options, mining networks seem to be the best. Anomaly. The sensor profile of a mid-sized vessel was briefly detected inside the upper atmosphere of this gas giant. Leave this be. More precursors. Excellent. Actually, I did not mean to do that. Huh, I've never noticed this option before. I guess they just added it. Very, very convenient. It also seems like there's another choke node right around here. So I've queued up my science ship to explore the area right around it. so that we can establish this as our choke point. So I know I'm tight on energy for now, but I'm actually going to go for another colony ship and rely on this construction ship to actually get the energy from the system. We can finally get faith and science. Let's see here. A small docking hatch leading to the interior of this asteroid is visible at the rim of a small crater on its surface. The hatch was likely concealed once, but has since been exposed by micrometeorite impacts. Let's research that. Basically, my policy is researching everything that is routine or under, and leaving the higher tier anomalies for later.
Star system charted.
An ancient orbital shipyard drifts in silence above this world. It has suffered significant battle damage, and entire sections of the facility are missing. This will probably be a repair the shipyard thing, so I'll leave that. I've also never noticed, but they've actually redone the graphics on some of these asteroids. These look nice. Yeah, there's definitely different graphics because these ones are particularly normal. It also seems that there's an anomaly in virtually everything I've been looking at. Pirate treasure. This asteroid appears to have been used intermittently as a base by a band of alien pirates roughly 1,000 years ago. A small boarding party entered the base and managed to recover their abandoned treasure hoard. It consisted largely of stolen trinkets and artifacts, but some of it still appears to have value. That's quite a lot of energy. And that's quite a nice size 20 tundra world. So now with our new colony ship, let's colonize Pel 3. Pel 3, more like Abyssal Horde.
Anomaly found.
We have another small docking hatch leading to the interior of this asteroid. This is conspicuously similar to the pirate one, but since the devs did say that the anomalies are not going to repeat, that means that there's probably something different. Looks like I was right. Now it's a derelict shipyard. A large portion of asteroid TF-B109D has been hollowed out to allow for the construction of some kind of shipyard. It has been abandoned and exposed to vacuum of space for centuries. If anything useful remains, it already has been looted by previous explorers. The design of the shipyard itself is unique, however, and much can be potentially learned by its study. Let's study this shipyard and get some engineering out of it.
Sphere of influence expanded.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Size 25 Gaia world, colonized within the first episode. And looks like my pops are actually receiving 10% bonus from this being a Gaia world. Have you guys seen anything even more lucky than this? Comment down below if you have anything that can compete with a size 25 Gaia world that's neighboring to our starting system. Now it also looks like this size 20 Tundra world has Titanic life. We'll potentially be able to recruit these giants, and they will serve as an excellent armed force. So now, it looks like it's time to wrap up this episode. We're 10 years in, we already have 3 worlds, one of them being a size 25 Gaia, which I still can't get over, because of the sheer amount of luck that it took to get this to spawn. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to expand. This seems like a very promising start, so see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.